Welcome to the Love Thy Neighbor Podcast Network. The Love Thy Neighbor Podcast Network is designed to combine sound doctrine with intimate conversations to produce a love for God and a love for your neighbor. Hey guys, this is Anthony from the Love Thy Neighbor Podcast Network, and I'm just going to do a quick late night testimony. Testimony. A lot of people argue about, prophecy and is prophecy for today. And I wanted to share three prophetic visions that the Lord gave me many, many years ago. And when I say many years ago, over 15 years ago, I had a series of prophetic visions that have all come to pass. And so I'm going to tell you about them today. And so let's get ready. So roughly it was about 2005 when I had a series of visions. And they were visions because I was awake. It wasn't like I was having dreams at night. And I would get up early in the morning. I would go out to my living room and I would seek the Lord. I would get on my knees and I'd pray and I just seek after God and seek Him for the day and seek Him for what He desired for me. I would pray that God would fill me with His presence and with His Spirit, so that I could go out and do His work. As I would go to my job, that was my goal, that was my mission field. And a particular morning, as I was praying, I had a vision of myself going to work, but I had seeds in my hand. And I looked down at the seeds that were in my hands, and I began to drop them on the ground. It was on the concrete, and I'm dropping these seeds all over the place. And when I turned around to look back, these huge trees had sprung up. Oh man, they were huge. It was like a forest was standing behind me. And when I looked, I felt small in the midst of this forest. And I said, God, what does this mean? What is this all about? And the scripture came to me out of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 6, where Paul says, I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. And God showed me right then and there how He was going to use me early on, that I was going to plant seeds, and I may not be the one to come behind and water it, but God was going to give the increase, and lives were going to be changed, and there was going to be a great harvest. And then on another morning, I was praying, reading my word, and as I was praying, I began to have another vision. And this vision was different from the first one. In this vision, I saw two hands stretched out towards me. And these two hands, the figure behind it, I couldn't really see him, but I knew who it was. I knew that it was Jesus. And so immediately it seemed like I knew exactly what I was supposed to do as I saw those hands stretched out towards me. And it was as if the scene changed from the two hands that were stretched out in front of me, that I was taking people by the hand and I was leading them to Jesus, and I was placing their hand in His hand because that was the safest place for them to be. And as they were secure in His hands, then I would leave and go and bring someone else and place their hand in His hand. And I was doing that over and over and over again. It was just nonstop, taking people to Jesus. And I realized what was going on, that Jesus, He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and that no one comes unto the Father except through me. And so my job was to bring people to Him so that they would come to know Him and have a relationship with Him. And once they were secure in their relationship with Him, I would go and I would grab someone else and bring them to Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life. So the third and the final vision that I had in 2005, I was up early again, kneeling down on my couch and just pressing in and asking God for direction and guidance, as I did time and time again. And this time I saw, as it were, just crowds of people, so many that I couldn't really tell, and they were coming together to worship God. And it was all different types of worshipers, dancers, singers, rappers, and it seemed like they were coming from all different directions, just chaotically, but crashing in, pressing in from the north, the south, the east, and the west. It just people coming in droves from every single direction. And when I saw these different people coming from different directions, I knew what was happening. I knew that he was gathering the worshipers. Colossians chapter 3 verse 16 says, "Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly with all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another with psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your heart to the Lord." And I knew that God was bringing people together and he was going to use me. And so when people tell me that there's no prophecy, I tell them, despise not prophecy. Test everything. Hold fast to what is good. And what's so amazing is that God has used me in all of those ways. He's used me to plant the seeds of the gospel. He's used me to bring people to Jesus Christ as Lord. And he's used me to gather the worshipers together. And God is still doing that. So please, if you've ever had any visions or dreams, if God has spoken to you, please like this video. Subscribe, comment, share. And if you want me to do a video on how to test prophecy, then make sure you comment down below, like this video, and share it so as many people can see it as possible. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Remember to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself.